Welcome to a brand new video of the additional news. Today we're going to be talking about the coronavirus situation. We're going to look at the general situation at the beginning. We're going to look at Orange County's situation. There is a bit of updates on Orange County. We're going to be looking at Malta's situation. I have contact with direct people in Malta telling me what is going on. We will be looking at also a Wall Street Journal article about Italy, and then I'll be sharing with you a couple of pictures of memes that people are making and putting out there. So let's start with the total cases. We have 245,880 cases, 10,047 deaths, 88,465 recovered. We're still seeing that 10% death rate in the world and the 90% recovered rate in the world, and we have way more outcomes and active cases than before. Now we can look at these graphs. As we can see this slope on these graphs going, both of them up a lot. Unfortunately, I think that we're not yet at the peak of this virus. It's still going to go up. I really hope to be wrong about this and it starts to go back down, but unfortunately for what we're seeing right now, both cases and death peaks are going up a bunch. Unfortunately, by the time I got to filming this video, they had taken off most of the new cases presence over here. But I did write these down, and as of this morning, Italy had 5,322 new cases and 427 new deaths, bring their death toll up to 3,405 and their total recovered at 4,440. That brings them to a death rate of 43.4%, slightly higher than yesterday, which I hoped it wasn't going to be, but unfortunately it is. The United States CDC started testing, and we're seeing the results actually about this. And as of this morning, the United States had 1,522 new cases. You can add 574 to those. We have 217 total deaths, and we have 125 total recovered. That is bringing the states to a 63.5% death rate. Now, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt, and I think you should too. CDC just started testing. We don't have enough outcomes yet to actually really understand what the virus is how the virus is actually acting here in the United States. So therefore, 63.5% is right now, and I'm just taking the numbers that we see right here of outcomes and actual outcomes and calculating and using math. So that's the only thing that I'm doing right now. So I just want you guys and everybody to know about that. Other than that, this morning, I kid you not, this column of new cases was all completely yellow. There's cases everywhere, as you can see. Some countries have less, some countries have more, but it's spreading. It's spreading very fast. And if you go in the morning and you look at it in the morning, you're going to see a huge yellow column here, in addition to these yellow spots right here. So moving on, we're going to go to the Orange County situation. So Orange County, I'm going to pull up the document right now. So Orange County released this document, actually, and this was released the same day the other one was released, but just about 4 hours after that. And it's stating that public health order is not an order to shelter in place. Today's order from county health officer, blah, blah, is not an order to shelter in place. It is not a lockdown. So Orange County is not under lockdown. It is important for all Orange County businesses to remain open while practicing special distancing consistent with the governor's guidance. However, following state guidelines, all bars and other establishments that serve alcohol and do not serve food shall close. All restaurants and other businesses, establishments that serve food shall close. All on-site dining, pickup, delivery, and drive-through services may remain open. It is important for all Orange County residents to read the order in its entirety. Unfortunately, the order as written caused widespread confusion. They are admitting that this whole thing did cause a lot of confusion. In order to provide additional clarity requested by Orange County residents and businesses, the county will be issuing an amended health officer's order. Therefore, we're going to be seeing another document very similar to this, dated to another date, hopefully tomorrow or probably in a couple of days. I'll keep you posted on that with the whole official situation of what Orange County is actually doing and what is actually happening. Now, I advise people anyway to stay home, work from home as much as you can. Do not go out for large gatherings. It's the worst thing you could do right now. We're into this all together, and I feel that it's best for all of us to stay together in this whole thing and just stay home, relax, stay with your family, give some time to your family. Probably the best thing to do for everybody. Let's move on and let's talk about the situation in Malta. So apparently in Malta, we have a situation where um, half of the country is under complete lockdown. Now, these are messages that I got from a person that I actually know that lives in Malta. She was working here in the United States, and she was called back to Malta very quickly from her company, Price Waterhouse, and they pretty much flew her back before anything bad could happen in California, being very, very actually worried about the fact that California could be closing its borders and their employees would be stuck in California. Therefore, she said that restaurants and gyms and events closed. Whoever travels has to be put under quarantine. She is under quarantine right now, given that she traveled from the United States. The airport will be closed as from Saturday, this Saturday, so in 2 days. Nobody goes in or out. And she claims it's not too bad. Well, that's good because that means that, people are finding something to do and it's not as bad as people would think it is. So that's a great piece of news. Now we're going to move to the Wall Street Journal. Okay, so here it is. This is the article from the Wall Street Journal. Chinese doctors and supplies arrive in Italy. Beijing dispatches intense care personnel to Europe, expressing solidarity and a bid to rebrand. And if you read the first 3 lines, a group of 300 Chinese intensive care doctors began to arrive in Italy on Wednesday, one of several Chinese offers to support epidemic stricken European countries as China tries to rebrand itself internationally from source of the new coronavirus to a friendly help. Reason why they're saying it this way is because pretty much China had been hiding this whole thing for about a month and a half, and therefore now they're trying to do their best to, in a friendly manner, help everybody. Doctors have already been arriving since about yesterday in Italy, apparently. So 300 Chinese intensive care doctors have been arriving in Italy. Hopefully, this helps a bit Italy in its situation. As we all know, the situation in Italy is pretty bad. But leaving that onto a side note and stopping right now with the sad part of it, let's look at the parts and how people in the world are actually kind of making the best out of the situation. Lots of memes are coming out about this whole situation. I want to go over a couple of these with you that I found that were pretty funny. So the first one is the pilot meme, where it says, "This is your pilot speaking. I am working from home today. These people must be very worried, especially this guy right here." I find this hilarious because I would be scared stiff like this guy, honestly. Next up, we're gonna go with the dogs and the toilet paper. Now, lots of you know that in the United States, in supermarkets, toilet paper is nowhere to be seen. I kid you not, it's impossible to find toilet paper. Well, guess what? Some of it is right here. And these dogs decided to leave a present to their owners and decided to unwrap the present. And I think they did a pretty good job in doing that. And I feel that they think that they did a good job too, looking at their faces. The owner must be really not proud. I find this absolutely hilarious that people spend money on toilet paper, and I actually don't really know the reason why people are buying all this toilet paper. Toilet paper is not going to save your life. Food can save your life. I don't see why people are buying all this toilet paper. But anyway, good job, guys. I like you do. This one I found also hilarious as well because normally this is put onto a dog and the dog is actually saying it's for your own good. You have to not touch your face. I totally agree with this dog. You should not touch your face right now. Wash your hands, keep a distance, do not be rude about it, but wash your hands, make sure to be clean, make sure to be polite, and do not touch your face because you will not believe, as we said yesterday and you saw in the video yesterday, how much we do touch our hands and how important it is for us to not touch our hands because that is the main entry for the virus. This was pretty funny, just heading down to the shops. Anyone need anything? Just sending one person down to the shops in a whole suit. This guy's pretty protective, I may say, against the virus. That's for sure. So yeah, I would send this guy anytime to go do my shopping if I were you. And lastly, this is not much of a meme. This is more of an interesting thing that I actually found. I find it's very interesting that somebody came out and came up with reusable toilet paper. This is actually interesting. It sells for $26.43. I don't know what the plus stands for, but whatever. But anyway, I find this absolutely interesting that you can buy reusable toilet paper apparently. That would pretty much put an end to the whole thing of toilet paper disappearing from supermarkets in the United States. And guys, $26.43. It's a bargain. It's a bestseller as well. So I find this actually pretty funny, but at the same time, I find it very interesting. And apparently, there's 103 positive reviews. So that's it for today's episode, guys. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified every single time that we do upload a new video. Please comment below with your opinions of the situation and what is going on. We would love to hear from you. We would like to know what you think about the whole situation in the States, the whole situation in Italy. If you're from Orange County, what do you think about the situation of Orange County and overall the situation of the whole world? Having said that, have a great evening, and I'll see you in the next video.